Hello Reds. Stay tuned because today we are diving deep into some absolutely massive developments coming out of Old Trafford as Manchester United edge closer to what could become the first major signing of the new Michael Carrick era. While huge stories involving Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood and Aurelien Tchouameni are also heating up across Europe. Make no mistake, this is huge. The summer window is beginning to explode into life, and the feeling around Manchester United right now is that serious business is finally being done behind the scenes. So Reds, do not go anywhere. Smash that subscribe button, stay connected with United updates, and turn your notifications on, because you simply do not want to miss the next big update from Carrington and Old Trafford. According to reports from Sky and Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United are now close to agreeing a deal with Atalanta for Brazilian midfield powerhouse Ederson, with negotiations entering the final stages over a package worth around £38 million. Sources believe the structure of the deal will be around £35 million guaranteed, plus a further £3 million in add-ons. And unbelievably, a full agreement could reportedly arrive before the end of the week. Yes, you heard that right. Manchester United are now seriously pushing to complete the deal quickly, and the feeling is that Ederson himself is fully committed to becoming the first signing under Michael Carrick's new era at Old Trafford. And honestly, Reds, this one feels different. This does not feel like one of those transfer sagas that drags on for 2 months before collapsing at the final hurdle. The noise coming out of Italy and England is becoming stronger by the hour. United want the player wants United, and Atalanta now know that negotiations are entering the decisive phase. This is the kind of aggressive move many fans have been begging the club to make for years. No endless waiting, no panic buying in August, just clear planning, quick negotiations, and decisive action early in the window. Now just imagine Ederson walking out at Old Trafford under the lights with the Stretford end roaring his name. The Brazilian midfielder brings intensity, aggression, ball-carrying power, pressing energy, and that proper Premier League physicality fans absolutely love. He is not just another tidy passer. He is the sort of midfielder who dominates duels, breaks lines, wins second balls, and drives forward with authority. In many ways, he feels tailor-made for English football. And let's be honest, Reds, how many times last season did United get completely overrun physically in midfield? How many times did the side lack legs, aggression, and energy in the middle of the park? Ederson changes that immediately. Michael Carrick clearly wants a midfield capable of controlling matches with intensity and athleticism. And this signing could be the first major clue about how he wants Manchester United to play moving forward. Quick transitions, front foot football, aggressive pressing, midfield runners. That is exactly what Ederson offers, and if United truly pull this deal off before the rest of Europe fully enters the race, it could end up being one of the smartest bits of business of the entire summer window. But Reds, here is the big question for all of you watching right now. If Ederson arrives at Old Trafford, who should partner him in midfield next season? Kobbie Mainoo, a new defensive midfielder? Or do United still need another elite controller beside him? Let that sink in, because this midfield rebuild could completely define the Michael Carrick project. Meanwhile, another enormous story continues to develop involving former Manchester United academy graduate Mason Greenwood. Reports suggest Greenwood is expected to depart Marseille this summer, and incredibly, Manchester United could still receive a huge financial boost due to the significant sell-on clause included in his deal. Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Juventus, and AS Roma are all reportedly interested, with Roma believed to be pushing hardest after already contacting Greenwood's father regarding a potential move. Now, from a football perspective, there is absolutely no denying Greenwood's talent. His technical quality, finishing ability, composure, and two-footed brilliance remain elite. Across Europe, clubs still see him as a player with enormous upside, despite all the controversy surrounding his career. And from Manchester United's perspective, the financial aspect of this situation could become very important this summer. If United indeed hold between a 40 to 50% sell-on clause, that could bring in a substantial amount of money, which may then be reinvested directly into Carrick's rebuild. And here is where things become even more interesting. Reports from Italy are now suggesting Manchester United are also interested in bringing back their former academy graduate midfielder if other deals fail. Unbelievable, but true. It shows that United are actively exploring multiple midfield options behind the scenes rather than relying on only one target. This is exactly how elite clubs operate. They prepare alternatives, they keep doors open, they move strategically. But Reds, would you actually welcome a former academy player back at Old Trafford if the right opportunity appeared? Or should Manchester United fully focus on building something entirely fresh under Michael Carrick? This is where opinions across the fanbase become divided. And then we arrive at perhaps the most ambitious rumour of them all, Aurélien Tchouaméni. According to reports, the French international is viewed internally as a dream signing for Manchester United this summer. And honestly, can you blame them? Tchouaméni is the complete modern midfielder. Physical dominance, tactical intelligence, elite passing range, defensive awareness, composure under pressure. He has everything required to dominate Premier League midfields for years. Just picture a midfield trio involving Ederson, Mainoo, and Tchouaméni. That suddenly looks like a midfield capable of competing with the very best in Europe again. Power, technique, control, athleticism, balance. It would completely transform the spine of the team overnight. Old Trafford fans have been crying out for a proper midfield rebuild ever since the glory days of Roy Keane, Michael Carrick, and Paul Scholes disappeared. And now there are signs United are finally targeting the right profiles again. However, the reality is that Real Madrid currently have no intention of letting Tchouaméni leave this summer. Reports suggest they fully expect him to remain part of their squad next season, which obviously makes any potential move extremely difficult. But in football, situations can change quickly. One unexpected signing, one tactical shift, one big offer, and suddenly the market opens up. Manchester United fans know better than anyone that transfer windows can turn dramatically overnight. Finally, Reds, we have another major twist involving Marcus Rashford and Barcelona. According to Craig Hope, Barcelona would prefer another loan deal for Rashford, rather than triggering the £26 million clause in the current agreement. And this is where things start becoming complicated again. Financially, Barcelona continue to struggle, and despite Rashford reportedly enjoying his time there, Manchester United clearly wants clarity over his future, rather than another temporary arrangement. From my perspective, United must stand firm here. If Barcelona truly want Rashford long-term, then they should pay the agreed clause. Simple as that. Manchester United cannot keep delaying important squad decisions while waiting for clubs to solve their own financial problems. Carrick needs certainty. He needs to know exactly who stays, who leaves, and how much money will be available to reshape this squad before pre-season fully begins. At the same time though, Rashford's situation remains emotional for many fans because he is still a Manchester lad who came through the academy and produced unforgettable moments in a United shirt. The question now becomes whether his future truly still belongs at Old Trafford, or whether a permanent fresh start abroad is best for everyone involved. So Reds, what do you think about all these developments? Is Ederson the perfect first signing for Michael Carrick's Manchester United? Would you break the bank for Tchouaméni if the opportunity somehow appeared? Should United accept another Rashford loan deal, or demand the full £26 million immediately? And which midfield combination do you want to see walking out at Old Trafford next season? One thing is becoming very clear. Manchester United are finally moving aggressively in the market, and this summer could completely shape the future of the club. The atmosphere around Carrington is changing. The rebuild is accelerating, and supporters everywhere are starting to believe again that something special could be building under Michael Carrick.